There we go. All of our memories stay with us.
Sometimes you just can't hear yourself.
Thousands of times of repeating it, and we still don't know.
Om Baza Sato Samaya Mano Balaya Vajra Sato Tenopa Testan Teton Soto Kaya Membawa Sobo Kayo Membawa Anorado Membawa Sarva Sedeme Sarva Karma Sozame Zedan Shreya Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagam Sarva Dada Gada Bhadra Mame Manzam Banzem Mahasamaya Sato Om Bhadra Sato Samaya Manobal Bhadra Sato Denoba Zeda Dedo Membawa Soto Kayo Membawa Sobo Kayo Anorado Membawa Sarva Sede Mebrayada Sarva Karma Suzam Sedan Shriya Kuru Hum Ha 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 Hum Bhagav Sarva Tatanga Dambadra Mame Manzam Banzem Bhava Mahasam Sado Om Bhadra Sado Samaya Mano Balaya Bhadra Sado Den Den Membawa Sodo Kayo Membawa Sobo Kayo Membawa Anoradom Sarva Sedeme Brayaza Sarva Karma Sozame Zedan Shriya Kuru Hum Ha 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 Hum Bhaka Sarva Dada Gada Bhadra Mame Manzam Banze Bhava Mahasama Sadhu We'll do the short refuge prayer. If you have this prayer booklet, it's in the page 5. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge, enlightenment is rich. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, merit and Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings, in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Page 6. May all mother sentient beings bound to the sky have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from happiness that's free from sorrow. May they rest and equanimity free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings bound to the sky have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they be never separated from the happiness that's free from sorrow. May they rest and equanimity free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings bound to the sky have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that's free from sorrow. May they rest equanimity free from attachment and aversion. Thank you. Okay, now, first, please just take a deep breath. Inhale fully. And exhale. Just physically and mentally relax. Just be here. We're here only for Dharma understanding and practice about it. We're here just to make our mind peaceful. No, we're just here just to free our mind from the delusions that which surrounds our pure mind. Ourself and all sentient beings were suffering because of our mental delusions. And their nature is illusion, emptiness, yet they are so powerful. So only Dharma can help us, nothing else. Like say, if we eat good lunch, that doesn't help us to free from our mental delusions. If we live in a comfortable place, that doesn't help us to free from our suffering. They give us comfort, some benefit. No, yet the mental delusions, that what we have, only the Dharma, Buddha's wisdom, can help us if we practice them, bring in our heart. So this is we just here for this. So we do this without expectation. We simply just need to bring the Dhamma in our heart and apply and practice. So make our mind more peaceful, more harmony in our daily life. And eventually we can attain the enlightenment. So having said that, we need a lot of supports. We need a lot of mindfulness, understanding. So that's why today and tomorrow we're taking short time just to reflect to these some precious Dhamma teachings. So we may increase our understanding. It may help us, give us support more to our practice. We need a lot of inspiration, encouragement, because the samsaric, these different activities are so powerful. They take all our attention. These samsaric things are so addictive. So that what we are addicted, it's difficult to eliminate, difficult to reduce, because they are so forceful. That's why it is called the pre-existing propensity. This is something we just keep in the mind. The pre-existing propensity that we have, difficult to delete, purify, just see, more we purify these mental afflictions, better off we are, more peaceful. Okay. Then what we have here is this morning we did this suffering of all migrators who are shrouded by ignorance, all these sentient beings. No? So, donning the great armor of love and compassion, the supreme bodhicitta, without any concern for ourselves. So, as we went, everything is impermanence. Everyone is suffering one or another way, or they are condition of suffering. So we develop love, compassion, and bodhicitta. We develop these mental qualities, not concerned to ourselves, but only for others' benefit. In the mind, at least, where you are staying, where you are sitting, there. No? So in the like say, for example, in this life, what is the most important person to you? Your mother, father, friend, children. No? Look at that person, how important for you. Because of that, how much love you have, compassion you have. So all, like that person, all sentient beings were interconnected, were related. It's because it's interdependent, interconnected. Even this life, you see, when we go to supermarket, all the products, the fruits, vegetables, the milk, cheese, butter, all these are products of the other people's effort. Like they, cattle, they produce milk, cheese. Without the others' factor, we cannot get anything. So even we may have money to buy, so see, look at this, the clothes we're wearing. All are interconnected, even in this life. Not only in this country, but many other countries. So everyone desires for peace and happiness. Everyone in the world, they're working hard in their life to make their life more, can bring you more happiness, peaceful. But then they're suffering so much. Look at these things, how we are interconnected. And we are all in the same boat, as I mentioned. Only wishing for peace and happiness. Only wishing to free from suffering. To survive. So because of this universal reality nature, So we develop this love, compassion. And when we develop love and compassion, we are the one who get the first benefit. But we need others as a condition to develop this thought. We cannot develop love and compassion on a piece of rocks, tree. Need sentient beings. So sentient beings are grateful as a special object that we can develop love and compassion. So that's the first step we take. And then with that, you see, with this practice of mind, it makes our mind more gentle, more peaceful. When the mind is more gentle, more peaceful, as I mentioned, those who individuals get the full benefit. And that's how to make the world a better place, not just by praying, not just by chanting mantras. No, we just live our life in that way. But that is not the ultimate. But we need that as a beginning to make the special condition. Now, look at, see, after developing love and compassion, oneself is not free from suffering. Others are not free from suffering. We have such great love that every may have peace and happiness. We may have such a great altruistic thought, compassion, that everyone so desire to free from suffering. Having achieved the real goal, now what to do? It's called then that. For that purpose, it's called bodhicitta, the mind of enlightenment, desire to achieve Buddhahood, enlightenment. Now cultivate that mind. And we train the mind in that way. So you know that bodhicitta, there's a practice. Aspiration bodhicitta, action bodhicitta. First we have to have the aspiration. We aspire to attain Buddhahood. We need that first step. Then, having said that, we have not attained Buddhahood. Just by having the aspiration bodhicitta would not achieve the goal. Only just we aspire, we wish to attain Buddhahood. We have a strong desire to attain, to free from samsara, to attain Buddhahood. Now what to do? Now we need action. Now to perfect that mind. So it's called the action bodhicitta, the engagement. We need to engage into the path. So that's the method. So 3 training, as this morning, as I mentioned, was called 6 paramitas. That's the practice of generosity, the moral ethics, and the patience, perseverance, meditative concentration, and wisdom awareness, the special insight. So these methods help us to train the mind. So these all are these methods, these practices, it's called joyous, the joyous practice. We do this joyfully, feeling of fortunate, because these all practices gives us opportunity to purify all the obscurations, non-virtues, which are related to the moral ethics. Like say generosity, when you practice giving, you give without expectation. You give freely whatever you can. Good or a large or small amount, doesn't matter. But give it a mind such joyfully, without expectation. This is very precious. If we give with the expectation, it's something like exchange. I give this to you, this much. Now how much you can give me back? It's like business. So, here you do freely, joyfully, without expectation, feeling of, I'm so fortunate I can do this. This do to attain complete enlightenment, Buddhahood. See, this will allow, the reason I said this, because this allows us to purify our mental delusions. We always have some kind of expectation, attachment. We have such kind of getting something to fulfill our desire. We have that expectation. So here we fully do this practice with a free. So I'm doing this to purify my mind, to purify my attachment. When we have attachment, then there's entanglement. So we entangled. And because of that, sometimes it brings disappointment. So, I have done this. I didn't get anything payback. A lot of disappointment, But if you do this without expectation, then see, whatever you have done is completely a joyful practice. So I have done it freely. Now I'm happy about that. Now I dedicate this for all sentient beings' benefit. Then the joy is there. That itself is the great result of this practice. If you just smile to others, smile it joyfully, wishing that individual free from the delusions, suffering. When you give the smile to others, the person, whoever that is, will reflect, and there's a peace. You are giving that. And it costs nothing, but it means so much. So when you have that kind of wisdom, compassion, when you have the skill, even small things, it can mean so much to others. So you practice joyfully, happily. If you keep one discipline, keep it joyfully. This is a method that helps me to reduce my delusion, my attachment. I'm happy about that. I'm very grateful about this. Just do that. That's what's called Dharma practice. As I mentioned, Dharma practice is not something you believe something. No, it's something like Buddhism. No. This Dharma study practice, we have to learn, we have to do more, how to bring real peace within ourselves and bring into society. It's a wisdom, as mentioned. It's a skillful method. Dharma study practice is nothing but is causality for peace and how to free from the delusion. That's Dharma practice is about. No, that I think every individual in reality has the responsibility. But not everyone has this opportunity. No. So those who we have, who are seriously engaged, we take the responsibility. No. It's not for title. No. It's not something like some show up. It is something practical application. No, practically what we can do. Sometimes we involve Lord in the title. Who has which title? Who has what title? No? And we think title is the very important. But if those individuals has the ability, quality, maybe titles are good for advertisement. No, but who doesn't have the ability, quality, the titles are just another confusion. No, it's a cause of suffering. It's like when Milarepa enlightened, he has no title. Marba was very happy. He said, you studied, you practice Dharma teaching. I'm very happy about it. There's nothing title. Buddha as well, he renounced the title from his kingdom. He renounced the title, and from luxurious life, because he realized the luxurious life is not the solution for the suffering. No. He saw it precisely, and then he renounced the kingdom and went to another hardship. So people praise hardship is so wonderful to free from suffering. For, as you know, when you read his life stories, within 6 years, sometimes no food, no clothes, and no shelter, of course. He just sits under a tree. Then after some time, his friend, the 5 friends, abandoned him, He's no longer good. They left, He was alone. But he didn't give up. He continued. There was no friend. In the jungle by himself. But that hardship was also not the solution. Solution of the suffering. So finally, he received the wisdom, as I mentioned. He achieved very high state of the samadhi. It's called space-like samadhi, very pervasive, equipoised state, but not enlightened. After achieve that enlightenment nature, kindle the wisdom of the mind, then he saw everything. Nothing is hidden. Because of that, he saw everything, nothing is hidden. Total freedom. That's called enlightenment. So then he said, I become a Buddha. Buddha is not a title. It's the acknowledgement, that wisdom that he received. So see, after that, after he was enlightened Buddha, he continued his rest of his life. Not engage in all this samsaric life. See, live a life one day at a time. See? And so peaceful, so clear. There's no conflict. The life, all the energy that has utilized in the maximum way to benefit sentient beings. See, that's the training of the mind. So wisdom, as I mentioned, how important. So in order to kindle that wisdom, the light, we need practice of generosity. It's a step for the purification. Give some small thing at the beginning. Rejoice, feel happy, and you give more. in the Bodhisattva avatar I mentioned. First Buddha talked just to give like a piece of vegetable, a fruit. It doesn't mean so much for, it's not a big deal. But later, then your practice continue. Then if necessary, even you give your arms, your eyes as a vegetable. See, it's training. Then you just feel so good. Today I could do this something for others' benefit. You just enjoy what you did instead of just expecting result. Today I could make happy one person, so I'm so happy. Instead of I made a happy that person, now what kind of result I can get from that? So like this is Dhamma practice. So do these practices without expectation. Expectation, simply just apply the Dharma in the heart. Simply just bring the loving kindness, compassion in your heart without expectation. So we can become an embodiment of the loving kindness, compassion. At that moment, we get the benefit, as mentioned. Nobody will take away that. Sometimes there's some questions. This individual who is always kind of making problem, how he or she deserves my love and compassion practice, That's his or her responsibility. We have our own individual responsibility. I take my responsibility. See, and I get the benefit. The benefit is just there when we know how to practice. So that's it's called the action bodhicitta practice. Step by step, So that is, we are empowering ourselves in this practice. At the end of the day, nobody can empower you. We have to achieve the empowerment by ourselves. Buddha himself said, Buddha cannot dispel the suffering of sentient beings by hand. Buddha cannot give Buddha's wisdom, realization to the sentient beings. But what Buddha can do is give the teachings out of wisdom, compassion. So I attain Buddhahood. This is the way. So you can also practice. This is the way. So see. So it's called the practice of the bodhicitta without concern for oneself. When you benefit others, don't concern yourself. You do it freely, joyfully, without expectation. And that itself is the best result. And that brings the real harmony, peace. Okay, that is all the beginning. All the sutra systems are here. the bodhicitta, the relative bodhicitta, absolute bodhicitta. If you look at the Shantidevas text, Bodhicitta Avatara, all are contained here. You can bring all that big text into this. The vigilance, the mindfulness, the importance of bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is such, Buddhism nowadays, everywhere, people appreciate. Say, Buddhism is a peaceful religion. People talk about that. It's because of bodhicitta. Because of the emphasis on love and compassion. Even though we as a practitioner maybe not perfected these practices, yet we are going towards that direction. If some Buddhist practitioner make mistake, then says, look at these Buddhists, they're doing all the bad things. Then they prove Buddha's teaching is not correct or something wrong. So that's misunderstanding. That's the individual's problem, not the problem of the Dharma, Buddha's wisdom. The individual, we could not now apply the Dharma teaching as we should be. So we shouldn't differentiate the Dharma teachings and the practitioners. But at least we try our best, whatever we could. So this is very important. We should understand that, Otherwise, even there are some teachers who make mistake, brings a lot of confusion in the group. So now the teaching is not good because of this. That's a misjudge. It's not correctly understood what the teaching is about. That's because the teacher have not practiced carefully, and not not apply the Dharma teachings. Because of that, due to the absence of the quality, made that mistake. So this individual's problem, not the Dharma teachings. Okay. Dharma teaching is always so precious. So we should have that understanding, Because sometimes you can see nowadays in the internet, so a teacher made a mistake, that Buddhism is not good, I give up the Dharma teachings. That's very sad, If that individual made mistake, you can give up that person, but keep following Dharma. See? For your own benefit, see, because that individual is not a complete person, and not complete Dharma teaching. Dharma teaching is there. Now, for example, if you open the jewel ornament of liberation from beginning to the end, how precisely, preciously explain all the steps, the 5 paths, 10 bhumis, step by step going, see. Until you become Buddha. So, as I mentioned, these 6 parameters, everything is here now. And in the, maybe it's better that. So you have heard of the fivefold path of Mahamudra. So from the fivefold of the path of Mahamudra, this is the first one, bodhicitta, loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta. You know, all these are now it contains here. Now the second deity yoga practice is said from such bodhicitta arises the deity form, oneself primordially as Lord Hiruka. No, Hiruka is the ultimate, as a Sambhogakaya, the highest deity, like say Chakra Guya Samaja, Kala Chakra, you have heard of it. So those are called Hiruka. Hiruka means forcefully transform the samsara into the enlightened state. In other words, all our mental delusions are now nothing but excellent qualities of the Buddha, the Hiruka. Hiruka. So that deity is a nature of bodhicitta. So bodhicitta is, as I mentioned, first most important. All the way to want to become Buddha, bodhicitta is the highway. It's the highway. We practice deity yoga to perfect bodhicitta. So deity that you'll visualize, enlightened being, is the nature of the bodhicitta. Inseparable of the appearance and emptiness. See? It's free from all the mental delusion. Because you see as a like illusory nature. They are called in the illusory body. I'm sure you have heard of illusory body practice that's called the pure illusory body practice is the deity yoga. Like Vajra yogini. You become Vajra yogini. It's pure. Pure means free from all the mental delusion in the enlightened state. But still that's illusory nature. Because it's inseparable appearance and emptiness. Like Rinpoche, you can see the Rinpoche. Rinpoche is, you see, it's illusion. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, but it's illusion. So see this. What that helps is, it helps now our grasping mind, that kind of nerve we have. Grasping mind, the nerve, it helps to loosen that nerve. Grasping. The Rinpoche you can see so beautiful. You just watch. Nobody will try to hunt Rinpoche. Or try to trap the Rinpoche. Put in the zoo, You just watch just a beautiful Rinpoche, because we all know how Rinpoche is. So you just watch, enjoy, and disappear. That's it. So everything's like that. Release the grasping, entanglement. So that's this, was a heroine, no? Says, endowed with all the adornments, attire, marks, and signs. You see all the physical, five-pointed crowns, earrings, necklaces, all silk cloth, all this. This all as first all this like sitting on the sun disk, moon disk, which is on the lotus. All these different ornaments exhibits all these different attributes. So this remembering clear. The clear is first. You visualize clearly, inseparable of appearance and emptiness. So clear. Then we need dadang. Session, dadang. Majet temperature, session. Clear. Primordially pureness. It's two separate. Then it's pure. That means these all attributes, signs, adornments, everyone has a significance. See, it's not just something like, culture. This all are just, expression or the exhibition of the Buddha's quality. See, like when you see on the lotus, why lotus? So lotus is a flower which blossoms above the water, but such a pure, fresh. So Buddhas, they are within in the samsara, but untouched by the samsaric delusion. The moon disk is there, you see. The moon is cooling. So that cooling is expression of compassion. And sun disk, as you see, as soon as sun rises, dispels all the darkness. So when the Buddha enlightened wisdom in the mind, dispels all the delusion. So sun disk is the expression of the exhaustion of the delusion. So sometimes you see some deities there, male and female union. And we say, oh, this is a tantric practice. Sometimes people are excited, all these things, This all confusion another. The real meaning is the appearance and emptiness, inseparable. As in the Heart Sutra, the form is emptiness, and emptiness is the form. Form is no other than emptiness, and emptiness is also no other than form. So, to that kind of explain, to understand that. So there's no separation in the mind. When you practice higher, which is higher, basically there's no higher law, but one who has more experience in the practices. Our mental delusion that we have, like desire, the desire itself is nothing but empty by its its nature. So we're not taken by the desire, attachment. Rather, we fully capture the reality nature of that. Sometimes you see wrathful deities, with the sword in the hand, showing the fangs of this, So there's some people told me, I as a Buddhist, I really like smiling face of Buddha. I don't like raising the sword and showing the fangs, wrathful face, angry face. And this doesn't give me any pleasant elements, it's peace, But what that is, the real expression of that is the anger itself. It's nothing but it is within in the emptiness. So when you realize the emptiness, the wisdom, then all these manifestations within in the dimension of the wisdom. They are not separated from any other delusion within in the enlightened state, you see. So all this mental kind of the manifestation of the delusions has no any space outside of the emptiness. Make sense? These are very important when you study Vajrayana Tantra. Because sometimes people are so deluded. Then in the name of the Dharma, a lot of confusion arises. It's very sad, unfortunate. See? So, this is what I'm just saying this, adornments, tears, marks, and signs. So first remembering clearly, then primordially pure. So this all, as mentioned, all this different has this explanation in the text. It's exhibit of the excellent qualities of the Buddha. For example, the five-pointed crown. What is bone or whatever, it's the expression of the embodiment of five Buddhas, of five wisdom. And three necklaces, here necklace, and down here, all the three necklaces is expression of the three kayas. Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya. And the right hand, left hand, there's no same. It's an expression of the true truth. Whether standing or sitting on the moon disk or sun disk, is a non-abiding. It's an explanation of the non-abiding, neither samsara nor in nirvana. So like this, everything has their own meaning. If we know this all meaning, it's no longer a culture. You see, as mentioned, it just simply means this the expression of all the enlightened qualities. So it's just an exhibit of the inner excellent qualities that express in the physical form. If you don't realize it, then it's just a culture. So it's a matter. It's just a matter of your understanding. It's a matter of how the teacher can explain. So this is called the arm leads, shoulder leads, in the ankle leads. This all it's called the perfection of the 6 parameters. So when these all mental delusions are purified in that place, there's wisdom. Now they call wisdom of a mirror-like wisdom, economic wisdom, Dharma expense wisdom, the wisdom of the activities, wisdom of the all accomplishments. So all these mental delusions, when you have a wisdom of the realization of the emptiness, these all mental delusions are nothing but nature of the wisdom. But without realizing it, you cannot claim that they are this, because then that delusion will bring you suffering, So what we need is this bodhicitta understanding, practice, and then the ultimate bodhicitta allow you to see these things, how they abide. So as mentioned, the main purpose of this all our study practice, the delusions are cause of suffering. No matter what you say, as long as we have the delusion, in the name of the Dharma or without the name of Dharma, it's only a cause of suffering. But if we have the Dharma study, practice, understanding there, then all these are nothing but enlightened quality. It's for peace, happiness. I'm sure you have heard of Nagarjuna said in the root Madhyamika, There's no single difference in the samsara and nirvana. But if you realize nature of the samsara, and that itself is nirvana, you see. This is the point, you see. Like say, this bell, this can be both samsara and nirvana, When I am grasping as real, as I do here, and then you see how good quality it is, how expensive it is, and this is my possession, and this belongs to me. Nobody can touch it. All these things. And I'm entangled with this. And it's become the center of my suffering. You see? Even somebody touch it, say, don't touch it, And if somebody drops on the ground, my heart is breaking, If somebody's taking this away, I cannot sleep. Oh, my wonderful bell is now somebody's stolen, gone, disappeared. Oh, it was very good, very expensive, so forth, This becomes the cause of all my suffering. You see. Now, if I realize this bell itself is all just combination of dust particle. It's just labeled as a bell. So through my wisdom, if I have realized this bell is just a manifestation. When I make sound, you see, where the sound is come from. not from itself, not from this. Even we have this and that, if I don't move, it won't make sound. So I need a hand, I need this top, I need this down, I need all these parts. All the part it counts, I need in order to make that sound. So that sound is just illusory nature. That's why it says come from nowhere. It goes to nowhere. Make sense? So this detail, you look at it, then you can see how illusory it exists, how illusory the sound is made. It's just space. And the sound you see, you hear in the ears. No, sound is there or here, where? See, no? See, oh, it's just an echo. See? When you go to the Rocky Mountain, you shout, and the Rocky Mountain will shout back to you and as an echo. And you shout, oh, you are so beautiful, wonderful. The echo will reflect you. You are so wonderful, beautiful, you know. And you shout, you are so ugly, bad. You know, the echo will say, you are so ugly and bad. No, it's an echo. In our world, we are in that nature. When you meet some friends, oh, you look so good, and oh, you too look good. You see, it's just an echo. And when you dislike that person, and this person looks very ugly, you know, then the others say, oh, this also person looks very ugly, you know. So it's just an echo. But we are so consumed within in the samsara. Oh, so much there. And suffering is how much there. Look at this. So see how Dharma makes sense. See? As I mentioned, it's not a Buddhism, but it is a direct method. How to alleviate ourselves from the from the suffering we have. We don't want suffering. Nobody wants suffering. But we're just so much into the dimension of the suffering on the base and all those delusions. No? So Vajra bring into the enlightened state ourselves. Maintain that this expression of the enlightened qualities. Look at that. And purify all our pre-existing propensity. Seeing everything is just as manifestation. No? And need to purify that. Long time, we need effort. No? So that is what. Then establish the divine pride. So when you are in that enlightened state, then we are not imagining something. We are not inputting. No? It's not an input. It is kind of with the confidence, with the consummate mind, establishing that enlightened nature itself. No recognition, no, who you are. See, it's a recognition. is not something, as mentioned, we are not imputing. No? We are not making something that which you are not. Instead, through these methods, bodhicitta, understanding, practicing with the relative absolute bodhicitta, this, with the support of all those, then we will realize who you are really. The Buddha nature, what you have. Then you recognize, fresh yourself, that your nature is self. So that's called stabilize divine pride. So that is the deity yoga, Vedam practice. So when you practice, even like say Chenresik, when you chant mantra Om Mani Padme Hum or Tara, any of those practices you do is similar to this. You should understand that, how you are practicing this. There's no any magic about it, but it's a way, a method to recognize your nature itself. And then you meditate on this, purify. In the state of the appearance and emptiness, there's no division. There's no there's no separation. It's called inseparable nature. Okay, so this is just brief about the Yidam deity, is how to perfect your bodhicitta. This Yidam deity is the nature of the bodhicitta. Now next is the Guru Yoga, very profound again. So oneself in the pure deity yoga form. First, as earlier mentioned, yourself is like Chenresik or Tara, in that pure. Here pure means free from the delusion, mental delusion. On the base on bodhicitta, you're in the form of that, and inseparable of the appearance and emptiness. So that is the pure, it's called yoga, deity yoga form. Dwelling in the mind, mandala's heart center is the Dharma Kaya. Tanya tabal hai ne joke. Tanya tabal hai ne joke. Tugi kinguru. Tanji chugyo, tanji tugi kinguru. So in your heart, all above on the ground, the Vajra is abiding. The Vajra is the Dhammakaya form. And on the crown of your head, or in the heart center, inside the body, is a very important place. So that's the, either you, so that's the, what you call the Guru or the Lama, either in your heart center, in the Vajradhara's form, or on the crown of your head. And that's inseparable of your mind, see. So say the essence of all the Buddhas, past, present, and future, the Dhammakaya, in your heart center, is the nature of the Buddhas of the past, present, future. Actually, all the Buddhas within that. And that's your mind as well. Your mind, your Lama's, Guru's mind, and Buddha's mind, all are in one nature. No separation. All the mental delusions has now no place that exists outside of you. So, so meditate. So your body is the yidam, deity, and you are in your heart, the guru of the Sambhogakaya, which is nature of the Dhammakaya. Because Dhammakaya itself you cannot see. See, it's just wisdom. To see this like Vajra is the Sambhogakaya. Its nature is Dhammakaya. The ultimate Buddha. So Dhammakaya is ultimate Buddha. Ultimate means is the embodiment of the perfection of all the excellent qualities. And all the obscurations are this, the gross, subtle, the habit. All the obscurations are totally purified. So that's the Dhammakaya, the Guru, the nature of the Buddha, and your mind at your heart level. You just meditate there. You make offering. You chant mantra. You supplicate on that. See? It's the essence of the Buddha, so all Buddhas, you see. The indestructible three Vajra nature remaining steadfast. Indestructible three Vajra nature. Body, speech, mind, inseparable. Body, speech, mind in one nature. No separation, it's non-duality. And also, you see, it is the mind, your mind, Guru's mind, Buddha's mind, inseparable. See? So meditate there, supplicate. And this is such a precious, the Guru Yoga practice. This also is the nature of bodhicitta. Buddha is the perfection of the Buddha is the perfection of the bodhicitta. And all the bodhicittas are taught to you by your Guru. And your mind is nature of the bodhicitta. See? And also you can see the three Vajra natures, the Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, Dhammakaya. All these three and so Vajrakaya are in one nature. It is indivisible, cannot be divided. Steadfast, say, established with a full conviction, confidence. So these practices will allow us to free ourselves from all the delusions. That helps you to build the confidence. My mind is inseparable from Buddha's mind. My mind is inseparable from the Guru's mind. So you see, like this morning when I talked to Jigten Sungkun, so you visualize that Jigten Sungkun as that nature. Because we visualize Jigten Sungkun by our mind. No? So it's a reflection of the mind. See? It's a reflection of our karma, reflection of our mind. Like see, when you see the moon in the water, the moon in the water is a reflection of the moon in the sky, you see. Without moon in the sky, there's no reflection in the water. So if there's no mind, there's no reflection. All the surrounding we have is our mental reflection. Then depending to your mental state, again how you reflect, positive, negative, all this. So that's why we need bodhicitta to reflect our mind as positive, pure nature. See? Okay. You would like to have a short break? Om Bhaja Sato Samaya Mano Balaya Bhaja Sato Denoba Jeda Dedo Membawa Sudu Kaya Membawa Subu Kaya Membawa Anorada Sarva Siddhi Me Prayata Sarva Karma Suzame Chetan Shriya Guru Hum Ha 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 Hum Madam Bhartarama Me Mazam Bharzembawa Ma Samaya Sato. Okay, please make a short break. Om Banzo Sato Samaya, Mano Balaya, Banzo Sato Tenoba, Tedando Membawa, Soto Kayo Membawa, Sobo Kayo Membawa, Anorado. Sarva Sedeme Prayaza, Sarva Karma Sozame, Sedan Shriya Kuru Hum Ha 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 Baga. Tadagatam Bantramame Manzam Banzem Bhavama Samaya Sado. So we have done this first of the beginning, all the important things about the reflecting impermanence of all phenomena. And within the cycle of samsara, in the confusion state, there's no absolute happiness. Of course, there is peace and happiness, but they all keep changing, and nobody can stop that because it's the nature of the causality. Whatever cause we create, and that result manifests. So sometimes we feel good, sometimes we feel not good, sometimes we feel happy, sometimes we feel suffering, sometimes without reason. So why I'm suffering? It's all just because of the causality, the cause that what we have created. And that according to these different causes and conditions, then we go through without much our choice. So we have every choice to create the cause. We have every choice, the cause, what we work, what we create. So therefore, first of all, it becomes so important. Look at all the different causes, like roughly 10 virtues. What are those 10 virtues and 10 non-virtues? Then from there, more detail from the 10 virtues. There's more detail from the 10 non-virtues. So we have every choice to create these different causes. Once we created the cause, then we don't have much choice to experience the result. No matter how much you blame to somebody else, we cannot now change the result experience. For example, if somebody created the cause to go to a hell realm, and one is born in the hell realm, now not much choice. Just go through that, experience it, until the cause is finished. So there's causality. So sometimes we say highest view. This very highest view. Mahamudra, Dzogchen, this. Say in that there's no cause. This does not exist. But all the cause conditions are manifest. First we create within this emptiness, and then manifest within the emptiness very decisively, very precise, So therefore, first it is very important for us to know all the different types of cause, the cause of samsara, the cause of nirvana, the cause of suffering, the cause of pain, the cause of suffering, the cause of happiness, the cause of sorrow, the cause of joy, the cause of nirvana, the cause of nirvana, That's why Buddha said, understand the suffering, avoid the cause of suffering, see, in the Four Noble Truths. See. That's so in our Dharma practice. It's very important. It's not a belief system, as I say, Karma is not a Buddhist belief. Karma is a universal law of the universe. Whether you know or don't know, whether you believe or don't believe, that doesn't transcend the role of the karma, So in the vicious cycle of samsara, karma is the most important factor of all these different levels. So we understand this. Because as mentioned, the wisdom is very important first. Not just belief. The Buddha's teaching is very scientific. This is happening because of this. If you do this, this will happen. All this, So first, these things are very important. We cannot treat them as a preliminary or unimportant. First, these are very important to sort out. Then once we are convinced in these, the causality, the dimension of the dimension of the causality, then within that, as mentioned, we go forward, take refuge in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So taking refuge is not something you are changing your belief system. Rather, taking refuge is such an important, as mentioned, is opening the door for freedom. Means, see, what it makes sense. Even though we have Buddha nature, but we are not enlightened. So Buddha who is enlightened, so we take refuge in the Buddha. Not to the statue. Statues are just a symbol, reminding, say, this is a Buddha. But actually we're taking refuge in the Buddha's wisdom, compassion, the example of the freedom of the suffering, delusion. So I take refuge in the Buddha. In other words, I take refuge in the Buddha means I want to become Buddha. So then after you take refuge in the Buddha, then what you do? You are not Buddha. You are not Buddha. So then you study, practice the Dharma as a path. That's why I take refuge in the Dharma. Dharma is the wisdom of the Buddha. Buddha, that wisdom, Dharma has those two types of wisdom. The wisdom knowing all the causalities. As mentioned, it's a very complex subject. And then wisdom of knowing as it is, the emptiness. So all this causality functions within the wisdom of knowing as it is. So in other words, the true truth. It's got the truth of the cessation and the truth of the path. So the path we take from beginning all the way, step by step. And the cessation, up to we follow all those paths, taking care of what we should do, avoiding all the non-virtues, gathering all the excellent qualities. Then finally we achieve the truth of the cessation. Because when there's no cause of suffering, the suffering is non-exist. Because there's no cause. See, this is scientific, logical, So look at this. So that's why it says, I take refuge in the Dharma. Then, after taking refuge in Dharma, then we become Sangha. Look at the great successful practitioners, Bodhisattvas, Arahats. They are for our example. They give us courage. Otherwise, how you know that you become Buddha? So you become Buddha because of step, like this great Bodhisattvas start from this, and this great Arahats, they start from this, that, achieve that, So this becomes our inspiration, gives us courage to follow the path step by step. Enlightenment. So this is called taking refuge in the Buddha Dharma Sangha is such a precious. It's first most important. Then we open the door. And the second most important, we make the journey towards the Buddhahood. At the end, we become Buddha. So refuge, called the refuge to the ground, the refuge to the path, the fusion refuge, you see. All this, see. So then with that, so we are not seeking only our own liberation. We are now practicing this on the behalf of all sentient beings, you see. It's such a joyful, I want to give joy to every sentient beings. I want to bring peace for all sentient beings, you see. What a great, So to do this practice joyfully, I'm so fortunate. I become a good service to all sentient beings. Now, you see, there are some individuals who save some life. We say, it's a hero, You see, even you save one or two people, the people call this a hero. Now here, we are just meditating to give peace and happiness through every sentient beings. That's called Bodhisattva, the real hero. Then no fear, you see. When every sentient beings become your friend, to whom you are afraid of. Even demons are sentient beings. They also want peace and happiness. They are under the mandala, the umbrella of your bodhicitta. So you say, welcome, instead of chasing them, See? So I practice bodhicitta because of you. I'm so fortunate. So enjoy the Dharma practice. So that's its mission. Loving kindness, compassion. It's not something Buddhist has to do it. but it is done, it should be done by everybody, actually. No? Because everybody desire for peace and happiness. And this is the way, unmistaken path, you see. Consummate path, which it makes sense. No? So we just go forward, even though right now we're limited. So we feel I'm not good enough, no? But we have to start from somewhere. So our Dharma practice is not just interest of this life's happiness. Our Dharma practice is not just interest of the happiness in the samsara. Our Dharma practice not only, just not interest of the arahat and sharavakas, but our interest of Dharma practice is to attain complete enlightenment. You see? Make sense? See? So, because of this, what is the right path to become Buddha? It's the bodhicitta, without which, not possible. So bodhicitta is the indispensable path, one to become Buddha. And it's such a precious source of peace, source of wisdom, source of our courage. All the bodhisattvas in the past, all the Buddhas in the past, they choose that path. They follow that path. They train themselves into this path. And they achieve the result. Everyone who knows it, they're totally devoted. No? All the minds are taken by these great bodhisattvas. Even though they have not given to anything, but it's just follow. With just no frustration in them. It's because the bodhicitta. No? So look at this. So bodhicitta is the foundation of all the Buddha's teaching. So to purify bodhicitta, to enhance bodhicitta, we need vigilance, mindfulness, all the support we need. Then we practice the Deity Yoga, as I mentioned. The Deity Yoga was an enlightened being that we bring now here, even though we are not enlightened, but we manifest in that form, and we practice. Even though Buddha Vajra is not enlightened, we are not that, but we bring that into our heart, and our mind knows establish into that nature, and bring the mindfulness, know our delusions. There has no space for that. Because whole we meditate that occupied wisdom, total wisdom. So it is the joy, it's a joyous path, isn't it? It's a joyful. You follow with this feeling of so peaceful. Basically, when we talk about Dharma practice, means purifying all the cause of suffering. So what wonderful that is, you see. In other words, becoming a better human being. No? how to become a better human being who has some precise thinking, no? Making less mistake, doing better. If you cannot help others, at least don't harm others. You see, these are such a precious thing. Even we say the prayers, all matters and champions, especially those enemies who hate me, obstacles who harm me, those who create obstacles on my path. So these all sentient beings may have happiness, may free from suffering. Will I establish to achieve them complete, perfect enlightenment? You see. So how we start? So when we start that way, we meditate in that way. We practice that way. You see, remind ourselves. So this practice, as I mentioned, is the purification. We need to purify all this, the propensity, the habit is called, this habit is so sticky, like I mentioned, a rubber band. It's like it's called inveterate propensity, deeply rooted, the habit. So we should say this, so to we prepare for this. Otherwise, say if you just without this good preparation, without this so good preparation, it's just Mahamudra, Dzogchen. Oh, there's nothing, everything's pure land, Say, practically, we're not in the pure land, So, we are suffering, a lot of mental afflictions, difficult to handle them. And said, the Mahamudra Dzogchen says, there's nothing, nothing to purify, Because initially itself is not exists to purify, Then we say, oh, okay. For the baby, we have to feed the baby for whatever the baby can digest, you see. Very soft food, not heavy food, If you feed the baby that adult people can digest, the baby will die, Cannot digest, So we are like a baby now. When the baby becomes an adult, then can eat ribs, can chew all those things. So it's very important, it's wise we take the steps, step by step, acknowledge where you are. Not imagining something, So then, say, we're here, many different practitioners. Some are who have studied for many years, some are beginning, and some maybe studied for many years, but practicing maybe a beginner like myself. So I have to acknowledge where I am, and then follow that way, purify step by step, and practice, and it's such a great joy. So that is the how to first follow bodhicitta, what I'm talking about now, bodhicitta, importance of that. Then deity yoga practice and guru yoga practice, as we have done all this. First, do you have any questions? Yes.
I noticed that I have attachment and aversion, which even while I reason about it and I say it's, it's sourceless and all this, I still have it and I feel it. And I guess the only thing I figured out to do about it is practice patience with it until it passes. I mean, I can't think much else to do about it other than, do my general practice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to ask you what you thought about that, having these feelings that you get, about things.
Yeah, I told you now.
Yeah.
See. So now no need to repeat,
Okay.
Yeah. You have to reinforce your practice repeatedly. Okay. That's what it's called mindfulness. The mindfulness is the highway towards the enlightenment. The highway, if you take the highway, there's no traffic light, So you should have a mindfulness without any traffic light. If there's a traffic light, you stop there, You can't go, Yes, Katie.
Please, you said that we should include demons in our practice of compassion. I know it's probably all in my mind, but is there a danger in practicing that? Because demons do not seem for me, they seem frightening and spiteful, but is that my mind saying they are?
If you practice compassion to the demon, that's the most safe practice. First look at the demons are also sentient beings. They become demons not because they are something different from us. They become demon of their mental affliction. That anger, attachment, that they become demon. And they have such profound suffering. Their mind is always in the aggression, raised, no reason, because the habit, as I mentioned, the pre-existing propensity. So, because of that, if we practice compassion to them, they are suffering. Their suffering is so much for them. First of all, it's difficult to understand. Even they understand, difficult to change that because they habit. So I wish that, individual free from all the suffering. That's the mother sentient beings also. So that moment, all your fear would be disappear. And then, see, there is a great peace within you because you have compassion. So that peace, is such a pure peace. You have not any expectation from that. And simply just wishing that individual free from the suffering. free from the delusion. It just doesn't matter where you are. Just only develop within you the mind. And that's what's called unafflicted compassion. You see, there's no expectation. See?
That's very beautiful. Is there, and do these demons feel my compassion?
That I don't know. May feel, may not feel, but at least the demon, if the demon is not understanding your practice of compassion, then demon is also fearless. You know, Katie is not will not harm me. You know. So the demon knows that you will not harm. See, that's a great gift, first of all.
That makes the practice very beneficial for me.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
That's why we are practicing Dharma.
Yeah.
This was called practicing Dharma.
Okay.
It's the way how to get out of our suffering.
Okay.
It's a method. It's a method of the wisdom and compassion. You see, so the wisdom allows you to see how much suffering it has. The compassion allows you to wish that to free from the suffering. So these two, very important, come together. Compassion without wisdom is called idiot compassion. It doesn't go too far. Sometimes it makes big mistake. But without compassion, wisdom is also cannot go too far. You know it, but your mind is so disturbed, you know. So to help yourself, these two is very important.
I feel very fearless at the moment.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
exactly. This you know, you just continue this, you know, step by step, continue, reinforce. As mentioned, mindfulness. Yeah, that's the Dharma practice. Okay. Sometimes, it's just to remind, the demon, to get rid of demons, maybe I practice this wrathful deities, this wrathful deities, I need to, so to practice that. It may work, may not work. Sometimes the wrathful deity, instead of protecting from the demon, it may harm yourself. We never know. But if you practice this compassion and wisdom this way, definitely you get benefit. And there's no side effect. Yeah.
I was just also thinking, I think I've read in some of the practices, their phrase, we ask the Dharmapala to destroy them with compassion. To destroy what? To destroy them with compassion. Oh.
Oh, so,
Yeah, go ahead.
Also add another question?
Yeah.
Answer first? No, okay. Okay.
Here's this comment. He made a statement.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yes.
Um,
Is that right?
Yes, I was just saying something I've read.
Yes, so, yeah.
So it's a real, it's a fact that the Cambodians, Pol Pot, who mass killing like 2 million people in the country. That's my wife's family. A lot are killed. And then Mao Zedong, Chairman Mao, I was heard by a Vajra master. She practiced breaking the hell every night. She said down in the very deep hell.
Who said?
Oh, it's already deceased. It's a Chinese Vajra master. is a lady who died at 100 years old. I mean, in Yunnan, Kunming.
So she said,
She told me that in the deep hell, she practiced the dark retreat, you know, and every night she practiced the destroying the hell.
who?
One of my lineage.
So who's in the hell?
She saw down in the very deep hell is Mao Zedong,
Oh.
Chairman Mao and his wife.
Maybe we should dig the ground.
No. What's that? I don't know. No.
Dig the ground, you know.
No, yeah.
Now they have a very sophisticated technology, you know.
Not yet. No. They became Chairman Mao and his wife. It become the poisonous dragon, the Naga, in the deep hell, and even they too has born a new baby. Another poisonous dragon will come to harm
In the hell realm.
Yeah, they will come out. They will come out somehow. I know. So the question is that, I always, when I'm doing the Monro, I visualize Pol Pot or Mao Zedong together with me. I do prostration,
Yes.
also do prostration,
Yes.
and they raise up, they purify their karma.
Yeah.
That, I think, is a good way to.
And that's very good. Maybe little expand.
Yeah.
All sentient beings, all the beings in the hell realm,
Yeah.
including Mao Zedong,
Yeah.
elite, you know. Yes.
Yeah, when you catch the worst demon,
Yes,
so you cover everyone.
That's right. Yes.
All right, thank you.
That's very good. Yeah.
Well, from my experience, which is I find that if I really try to generate compassion for my demons, tend to be human beings, but for that kind of feelings, they don't do me any good. Mm-hmm. And when I'm able to generate compassion, then those feelings, and I guess that's aversion and attachment, they are dissipated. So you're saying partly that this practice is really to help us be happy.
For ourselves, yes.
It's for us.
Yes,
I don't know
yeah.
if it will have any effect on the particular human beings I feel are demons, but I've really been doing that, and it's made a lot more
sense.
peace and happiness
Yeah.
for myself.
We become a decent human being.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to be.
Yeah. Just for example, Milarepa, in our history, well known, he practiced that. He practiced bodhicitta. What he said was, you see, because his sister complained, what you are doing here, no food, no clothes, who cares you? No, I haven't seen anybody who practices like you. No, all our teachers sit on the high throne, well-fed, good place to live. Many people come make offerings. No, I'm so inspired to these great practitioners. But like you, even no food to eat, what are you doing here? And Milarepa said, you see, these will not help me to free from samsara. To repay the kindness of the sentient beings, I stay in the solitary place. Because of being in the solitary place, when there's nobody, even other people see, their heart will break. The food I eat, he said, is disgusting. It's worse than dog's food. And now the dogs, some dogs, they're really well treated, you know. Even the enemy will see my skeleton body. The tears will build up in the eyes. Even your sisters see me. It's just disgusting, embarrassing. But he said, if Buddha sees my mind, Buddha will be so pleased and happy. So no. So that's, see, our Dharma practice is to have the joy, as I mentioned. Even Buddha sees, as Buddha sees my mind, Buddha will be so pleased, happy. That means he is enjoying his Dharma practice. Sacrificing all these things, place, food, clothes. So the Milarepa became as Milarepa. One of the key inspirational in the Buddhist history. Everybody talks about Milarepa, you see. Your turn, even the Chairman Mao also said, if you practice Dharma, you should practice like Milarepa. He said that, no? Yeah. Looks like he read Milarepa's life story. Well, what is your last question?
Some Buddhist teachers say now those torture way of Milarepa's life practice is already out of the fashion, you know.
Torturing who? Torturing who?
I mean, like those like Milarepa's this kind of pains practice is already no longer suitable for nowadays people.
Austerities?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of style, no one can really do it anymore. Now we're going
No, it's not only nowadays, even that time. Milarepa's one. Okay. There are not many Milarepas. Okay.
people who love the Dharma, like the king, still keep his wife and dynasty and
Yes.
get it like
Yes.
maybe the nowadays fashion.
So you see, Milarepa is even at that time, even Marpa has many disciples, but Milarepa one, no, and made the history. That's how Buddhism is established in Tibet. Everybody, regardless of their lineage, they talk about Milarepa. Milarepa did this, Milarepa said this, and there's everybody in their mouth have that. No? So that say, just be hearing Milarepa's name has such a great blessing. Thinking about his hardship, how he went through, is such a great blessing. So because it's achieving Buddhahood within lifetime, in one lifetime, so there's a possibility. It's not just talking about without history. But Milarepa made the history, you know. But you have to sacrifice how much, you know. So like that, in a house, you know, we have every possibility, every opportunity. Now here, maybe someone can do maybe, but many of us we cannot do as Milarepa did. No? Yet we have also our own opportunity to study, practice Dharma. So we should do sincerely. And we also should be very, because what's called practical. And we can expect result how much what we are doing. We cannot expect too much result without doing practice. You know? See? So it's the causality is there. So we should enjoy the Dharma teaching as much as we can. Follow that. So always keep bodhicitta in the heart. Bodhicitta, as mentioned, is indispensable cause for the enlightenment. Bodhicitta is the consummate path for the enlightenment. No? So we should see that. No? Then, after this Guru Yoga, so Guru Yoga practice, if you do detailed Guru Yoga, then there's a Nirmanakaya Guru Yoga, Sambhokaya Guru Yoga, Dhammakaya Guru Yoga, Savabhavika Guru Yoga. There's all steps we have. So this. Now next is the Mahamudra. Now, said here, mind itself is uncontrived. It's the mind itself. Semni. Semni means mind itself is uncontrived. Free from arising and ceasing. Now to do this practice, as earlier I mentioned, first we have to convince the nature of the samsara. And then we have such kind of good foundation and have the good discipline. And then there's practice called meditative concentration, samadhi. First, samadhi is very important. Then on the basis of samadhi, then you kind of say, meditate on the Mahamudra, meditative concentration as a support. Then mind itself is uncontrived. So mind itself is come from nowhere. It goes to nowhere. It's like the nature of the space. If you ask where the spaces come from, the space comes from nowhere. It goes to nowhere. No? But everything functions within the space. The planet, galaxies, stars, all without space, they cannot function. They manifest from space, then dissolve into space. So the space is the basis of all this. So all our mental activities, happiness, suffering, so forth, everything is the manifestation of the mind. But mind itself is uncontrived. It arises from nowhere. It ceases to nowhere. So all thoughts in the mind that manifests, it's like in the ocean. The waves, ocean, all the waves, they manifest from the ocean. They dissolve into the ocean. The wave, we can separate the wave and ocean, but as a water, you cannot separate. The ocean is water. The wave is water. There's no separation. When the storm in the ocean manifests huge, even it destroys whole city. No, but when it dissolves into ocean, it just disappears. That ocean is not exist. I mean, that storm is nowhere. It's come from the ocean, dissolves into the ocean. So it's come from nowhere and disappeared to nowhere. Just a manifestation. That's why it's called, it's free from arising and ceasing. So there, what we should learn is, just this morning, I have a little bit touched about the self. Where is the real self? There's no independent self or soul. No. You investigate where is the self, with the body or mind, with the body where your eyes, your hair, your teeth. If there is a self, then there's reason to have a fear. If there's a self, there's reason to have attachment. If there's a self, there's reason to have fear. But in first place, there's no self. So when there's no self, then where's the fear come from? So then Bodhicitta Avatara mentioned the teeth, the nail, the hair, they are not self. Because for us, we make very important nail, isn't it? Nail polish, all this, And the teeth are so important. Dentist, very expensive. And the hair is very important. Your hairstyle, stylish hair, But are they real self? They're not self, isn't it? So it's illusion. So he said, if there is a such called health, so he mentioned there is reason to be fear, attached to. But since none of this has the self, so you investigate that way. Also in the body, skin, flesh, all the ligaments and the bones, bone marrow, go through with your wisdom, mind, analyze step by step. So where's the essence? To to hold as a self. So none of this is all just delusion. It's just imputed. Like we say, imputed arms, isn't it? We have imputed arms. This all just this all this attachment related to this. It's all everything's just imputed. Through that imputation, then the suffering. Yeah, we're attached to this, and we suffer. So Dharma helps us to free from the suffering. So don't suffer unnecessarily. So just those meditate. They are called self of person, self of phenomena. Self of person is, I, then my. First we have I, self. Then after that comes the my body, my home, my relative, my belongings. And we suffer from this, you see. So try to, not just saying, don't suffer, be happy. That's not enough, Listen, it's not enough. Somebody schools you, you have to tame your mind, Forcefully, you cannot tame your mind. But make this sense, all the step by step. Analyze why, how. First you ask a question, why this is happening? Once you know this, then how to tame the mind. How? Way, Then you feel so comfortable because you know it. You understood it. And you see there's no negotiation. We have to go forward. Otherwise we try to negotiate, It's okay if I practice this much. If I practice this much, can I free from all suffering? But when we know these things well, then you see there's no negotiation. We just have to go forward. Regardless, it takes time, energy. We just fall. Otherwise, I have chanted 100,000 mantras, a million mantras. It doesn't work. It doesn't help me. I don't feel better, Like these things, those comes up in the mind, I have chanted so many mantras. Nothing isn't going better, Maybe it doesn't go worse, More I chant mantra, it's getting worse, Sometimes I give up this, So these things can happen, So just to see. So there's many ways, many different. So to purify ourselves. So more we purify the self, then less there's a suffering. See. Sometimes in Vajrayana, I feel, say, this is a protection, this is a good protection for you, this is a good protection for you. So you are protecting all yourself, in the cocoon, If you practice this deity, this will protect from all these obstacles, all this. So myself is well protected, And then we never can get out of suffering. See, to get out of the suffering, we have to first look at the root of the suffering, the self-cherishing, which does not exist, so that we purify. Then we change, no? So I say, deconstruct, deconstruct all the cause of suffering, the self-cherishing, and rebuild the wisdom of bodhicitta that I will benefit all sentient beings. The self-cherishing should be replaced by the bodhicitta mind benefiting sentient beings. This is what, so that pure, here comes this mention, the Mahamudra is wisdom, basically. So first you see the self-grasping, self-fixation, person self does not exist. Then we have second called the characteristic of the phenomena. Everything has their own characteristics. What's the characteristics of fire? Oh, fire, heat, burning and heat. You see, these two should come together. Not just heat. Sashing, sekpa. Tsawa is heat, and the sekpa is burning. So there's the fire quality. Now you investigate fire. Oh, make the dust particle of the fire. There's no independent fire. See, fire is just a combination of many dust particles combined together. But if you separate all the dust particles, there's no one independent such called fire. See. It's not bell, the body is not bell. It's all combination of many come together. So the yogi practitioner who realized, who meditated on this selfless nature for a long time, then can experience it directly. That's what Milarepa. He totally realized that nature, so he can go through the mountain. The mountains cannot obstruct him. He can go through the yak horn. Yak horn is not bigger, Milarepa is not smaller, yet very spaciously he sits there because he realized everything is illusory nature. So those are just some examples, but this is how we should practice. Purify step by step, meditate, so that our mind becomes a friend of ourselves, not as an enemy who brings the suffering. So we do this. So that's why I said the mind itself is uncontrived. What does that mean? It's free from arising and ceasing. Then you see, you can relax there, relax there without any contrivance. Total fearlessness. Milarepa said once, I escaped the mountain by the fear of the death, because he was practicing impermanence. If I die today, what? If I die tomorrow, what? So like that, reminding himself, releasing attachment, practicing. Yeah, I went to the mountain because of the fear of the death. Then in the mountain, I practice persistently by contemplating the impermanence. Now, he said, I release. What he said is, I captured the fortress of the unchanging, deathlessness of unchanging. Now I'm free of the fear of the death. Now we have a lot of fear of death. So what should I do when I die? Lot of planning, what to do, what not to do, So Milarepa, he meditated that we can do some, not as a Milarepa, but we should do some, what he said, what he has done, we should do some about that. Meditate, practice. More release attachment, less suffering is there. So these all practices to free from the fear, to free from the suffering, basically. All these teachings Buddha taught us to achieve the fearlessness nature, not out of arrogance, but out of wisdom. Understanding how everything functions in their nature. So we just touched the first line, It is the self-arising, primordial, core-emergent essence. Simyamaji, Yangan Namdant, Rangjun Dene, Linji Gebe, Rangjun Dene, self-arising, premodal, co-emergent essence. When that nature, the uncontrived nature itself, is co-emergent from without beginning. Co-emergence, whatever thoughts manifest in the mind, that arising thought itself, without touching by the affliction itself is uncontrived. It's like say the form is emptiness. The co-emergent thoughts, nature itself is emptiness. Without making it empty, it's empty by itself. This is very important. If you make empty through the meditation, then it's not uncontrived. It's a contrived because we made it empty. But it's being empty by its own nature. When you realize that, then that itself is the uncontrived. We're not making it better or worse. We're just seeing it as fresh as it is. It's called ordinary mind. Ordinary mind means organic mind. Not pesticides. Not pesticides all the contrived thoughts. Make sense? Now it making better sense? See, look that you see.
I can kind of wrap around uncontrived, primordial. I'm having a little problem with the term co-emergent.
Yes.
I know emergent, the co in front of it seems to imply something in addition to emergent.
Yeah.
Am I looking at this wrong?
No, yeah, you are just fine. You're doing just fine. Lenjik in Tibetan called Lenjik. Lenjik means the two, the co-emerge. There are a lot of thoughts coming, one after another. It's co-emerge within in the emptiness. These thoughts are co-emerge within in the emptiness, within in the wisdom, okay, we should say. Wisdom means the mind which realizes the nature of the emptiness.
Is that the same as appearance and emptiness?
Yes, generally yes.
When I first started practicing Dharma, I had kind of this idea that I'm me and I'm doing my Dharma practice, I'm going to benefit from it, maybe someone else will be else. But now I tend to look at it as like, when I dedicate the merit to all sentient beings, I feel like I'm creating a connection with all with these beings, and that my efforts are going to naturally benefit them when I get the realization.
That's right. Yeah, first you have to make effort. Effort becomes effortless. Okay? First you have to make it happen, make effort. Like the turning the wheel, you have to make effort. Once you made it, then wheel runs by itself effortlessly. Yes.
That is why maybe when you do guru yoga,
Yeah.
you become Tara, and then you dissolve in emptiness, it is uncontrived.
That's right.
That's the way you get rid of ego.
Yes.
Mind.
That's right. Yes. Yes.
You know that.
Oh, you see? So if you practice this, then it happens, you see. If you don't practice intellectualize, then you go nowhere. But if you practice this, then you say, oh, that's what it means. Oh, that's what it makes sense. Oh, I understand a little more, So,
And that's when you know there's no I.
yeah, that's right. There's no solid I. Okay, yeah. Okay, today we stop here. First, please take a deep breath. Exhale. Once more, please inhale. And exhale. And please inhale once more. And exhale. So just relax body, mind, and just reflect today what we went this morning, starting from this text, paying homage to his guru, the writer's guru, Jigten Sungmun, and then think what he's going to write, and then reflecting on all these different, as I mentioned, impermanence, suffering of samsara, the causality, precious human life, just touch briefly, and all sentient beings, how they are deluded in the ignorance, afflictions, and how much suffering they have. So much, just to get the comfort, then Buddha taught how to take refuge in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. And then, looking at the sentient beings, develop love and compassion, bodhicitta. So I talked a little bit about those bodhicitta, different types and practices of bodhicitta. Just refresh on these. After develop bodhicitta to purify our mind of that bodhicitta, then how we engage, arise into the form of the deity, yedam practice, to develop the strength of bodhicitta, how we practice Guru Yoga. Look at these, refresh on these. And then here comes the Mahamudra itself. So what the mind is about is pervasive. It exists nowhere, but it's everywhere. So we just need to understand that it's arise from nowhere, it cease to nowhere, free from arising and ceasing. And whatever is manifest, co-imagined, that very basic co-imagined itself is nature of emptiness. Primordially means by its nature. Is such a profound, vast subject the mind itself is. But we should realize that within that there is no such called self. It's not a Buddhist belief, also we should understand that. It's reality. Through the investigation you cannot find, through the realization you cannot find the self of the person, self of the phenomena. So see this and appreciate. Okay. Everyone has?
Yeah.
Not everyone, I have a few copies I can pass out.
Only few copies. Oh. Yeah, you share there, yeah. Not here. This is. Yes, me? No, I'm okay. I can say in Tibetan.
We can say it in English at home.
Yeah, I can say English at home, yes. This dedication prayer that you are getting, many of you know, is very profound. It has one complete practice there. In the Diamond Rosary, I have explained, made a description. Is for you.
No, I know.
You know by heart?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so it has, as mentioned, a complete practice here to purify our mind, to share all the virtues to everybody. Okay, now, are we ready? Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root, lineage lamas, designed assemblies of Yedam, assemblies of Buddha, Bodhisattvas, yogins, yoginis, and dakinis dwelling in the 10 directions. Please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected the 3 times by myself, all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, and the innate root of virtue, not result in the 8 worldly concern, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as a Sharavaka or Pratika Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those hate enemies with me, obstructors who harm, misleading maras, and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. By the power of this root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment, reputation, honor, concern for this life not arise for a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. And through that, may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinite of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with the negative thoughts. May I not die confused for wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such, and the pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I in any case get the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo. Then Oh, yeah, that's good. Now, that's. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, thank you.
We'll return tomorrow at 10 o'clock and continue.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.